other old business? At this time, we're going to take a short break and then we'll go into executive session. Okay? Thank you very much.
Excuse me, is there another time to open it up to the public?
After executive session?
After executive session?
The agenda
It says on
says
this agenda, it says open to the public and then the executive session.
I just opened to the public. Actually, before old business, I switched old business and opened to the public. If you'd like, I can open again. And you won't do it after executive session.
There should be two open to the public, right?
Correct. We just had one and we'll have another after executive session.
Okay.
Excuse me, there are 3 on the agenda.
Open it up. There's 7. I only see 2.
One on the front page and 2
But
on
I'm
the
more than,
back
as
page.
I said, it's happy to open again now. So, again, we'll open to the public. Please state your name and town and limit your comments to 5 minutes or less. Yes.
Me again, Leslie Villay from Long Valley. I'd just like to know, I know it says here that the state is scheduling the timetable, the hearings, but you have no idea when that will be? They don't give you any ideas of when it will be?
We have a vague idea that it's going to be April.
April. And so for the back gathering and the hearing.
Is there any chance that the teachers will have a contract before the end of the school year?
I'm certainly hopeful, speaking for myself.
So that would be a yes?
Again, I'm speaking for myself. Yes.
Yes, me again, Michelle Riccardello, Long Valley. In this, it says that the bone of contention, and those are my words, seems to be the medical pharmacy package. Are you at liberty to say what the difference is? Are we talking about significant outlays for the teachers? And what is so contentious that it's taken this long, that the two sides can't come to an agreement? Well, I know you can't answer what's so contentious, but can you tell me more specifically, what is it that we can't agree about?
Fiscal dollars,
Yeah.
I would think would be the biggest stumbling block.
I'm sorry, it's real hard to hear you back.
Fiscal dollars, the amount of money.
So are you at liberty to talk about how much money we're talking about? I mean, obviously, family.
There are several different scenarios, and
Right.
I'm not
But,
at liberty to
I mean,
discuss
is it
them
now
at this point.
that there was no contribution and now we're at 20%? What, can you talk in percentages? What are you asking for in contributions? Like, it went from A to B, like those are the numbers I'm looking for.
I'm trying to come up with a way to answer that, but we were talking about a change in provider.
Okay. And that's not agreeable?
No.
Okay. And the change in provider, the change in provider, is that also affecting the amount of money our professionals are being asked to?
As it says in the statement, it affects the amount of money that it costs the district, and that money we were willing to apply to the settlement.
Okay.
Thank you in the back.
I'm Joyce Harmon, I'm president of the association. And what you need to understand from the question that was just asked is they're asking us to move from a plan where we go to the drugstore and we pay $5, or we have a 90-day supply available through a pharmacy and through mailing. In this new plan, which the board did not supply one district that was happy with the plan. Everything would be us paying up front, paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. So if that's acceptable, I'll have to ask the people here, if that's acceptable?
No.
It's not equal to or better than. We've had no comparison of what is covered before and what is to be covered in the future. And we've also been told that if we don't change, we will get no raise. You know, we have been offered some, but it does not cover the current cost of moving everyone through the guide. Is this acceptable?
No.
So while you're negotiating in public via this statement, I want everyone to know what it is being offered. You're sounding like you're being fiscally responsible. However, whatever dollars you would come up with for a raise, our health benefits are worth much more. So we will continue to say no to this offer of health benefits. But what dismays me the most, and we both will put out money for the fact finder, is the fact that other items are still on the table that were refused to be discussed by the board, including adding days to the calendar, adding minutes to teaching time, reducing longevity benefits, increasing the number of days after school for extra help. Are any of these acceptable?
No.
So if you're going to tell the story, tell it all.
Just in the back.
Hi, Jane Nordmark, Mendham High School Music Boosters. I'm sorry to change the subject because I'm on your side, guys. But I'm here on behalf of the music students at Mendham. On Saturday, 15 students regarding band auditioned at the regional band auditions. And if it wasn't for Gary Quam showing up, who's retired, all those students would have been disqualified. Their auditions would have been disqualified, and it would have totally eliminated them from consideration for All-State. I spoke with Gary at 5 o'clock tonight, and he insists that no one from the administration at Mendham has contacted him with regard to any activities that are going to need to be handled while Tim is in transition. And I just don't think that Mendham administration should be taking the music students' such serious activities so casual. And I just want to make sure that there's a competent person who's appointed. And if it is Gary, the administration needs to call him. And I know that there's a few parents here who had their students there, and God forbid they would have gotten disqualified. That would have totally eliminated them from any consideration in All-State. Now, I know that Patty, I spoke to Patty, and she's asked the administration to call Gary or contact Gary, and as of 5 o'clock today, so I'm kind of concerned that had Gary not shown up, those students would have been disqualified. So if we can get something in place soon, like tomorrow, immediate, or something concrete at least.
Jane, my understanding of this is that there was a discussion more than a few weeks ago regarding these transitions, and that there were some things put down on paper, and that there was a plan. I'm aware of what you said for this weekend, and it sounds as if there was a communication breakdown regarding that, and I'll make a call about it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Feel free to
Gary,
call me also.
Thank you, Anthony. If Gary has not received anything in this regard, so if he's the guy, if he's the confident individual with all the memberships and associations, then someone needs to call him. And, you know, I mean, I hate to say this, but if this was like an athletic thing, I think people would be right there. But this was serious. You cannot apply to All-State band if you're not a member of the regional. So
let me give you just a sense of it. As I said before, under the understanding that there was a transition plan worked out, it was discussed also with Patty and with others, from what I understand.
yes, it was discussed with Patty.
And in
Patty
addition to that,
feels-
let me just tell you, in addition to that, I spoke to the new music teacher on Friday and asked him to do two things. First, to make sure that he's registered with the state. He's registered with the international organization, and he's registered with his own state organization in Maryland. He told me on Friday that he would begin that process immediately. I saw him again this morning, and he told me he had begun that process. So I have worked on it, but you're correct. It was
And
really
Patty
down
does
to the-
know that a plan exists, but Patty has said to me, it's not her job to tell another teacher
Got it.
what needs to be done. And she's asked the administration on several occasions to make the contact. I just don't want to have any more sleepless nights, that's all. Thank you, guys, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the public? Yes.
I'm Janet Brady. I'm a special ed teacher at Mendon High School, and I'm also an officer in the association. And the word on this paper that jumps out at me as I was reading it along with Mr. Johnson was outstanding staff. And from what information has been relayed to me through Mr. Fredo over the past couple of weeks is the offer that the board has been making does not reflect that you really believe that we are an outstanding staff and we are all working, still doing our jobs every day, still caring about our kids. And I don't feel very valued or very outstanding based on the lack of movement and lack of willing to negotiate that's been going on. Thank you.
Mike Williams, Chester, New Jersey. I'd like to echo Jane's comments in regard to the band. Two of my sons were at the auditions for regions. One made it, and they're also participating in the area band. So I'm just looking for a smooth transition there. Mendon has had a great music program due to the students, the faculty, and the administration. So I'm just hoping you guys can continue that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Okay, and I will close the public at this time. We'll take a brief break and then we'll go into executive session. Thank you all for coming.